quick second for people to get in, but okay. Just waiting for that notification to say, "Oh, hey, you're live," because sometimes my internet will go stupid.
Yeah, mine's been doing that past couple of days. Not really sure why though.
Well, I had to go back on an update because mine was caused by the most recent Windows update.
Okay. Yeah, I found out from Crooked that software from MSI was causing issues.
I'm about to get my new computer from MSI. I'm kind of scared to now.
Well, see, I really enjoy their products and stuff. It's just I'm not entirely sure what was up with that program. Because like it's a default program for all Windows devices, and it's still running on my computer right now.
Okay, there it is. There. And just quickly put this here. Okay, so we'll just get started and people will just come in slowly.
Alright, sounds good.
Okay, there and there. How's everyone doing? Welcome to the Dragons Den podcast. I'm here with Preliator. I really don't know if I'm saying that right or not.
Yeah, it's pretty much like I don't even know if I'm saying it right when I say it, but
One of those moments where it's like gotta ask Google and maybe it'll come up with a different language.
it's a name that I found when I first started playing World of Warcraft. Actually,
Ooh.
This is the name of my first character. And yeah, I've still got that character. I started playing when I was 9, so it's been like 15 years.
You're around the same age I am.
Yeah.
I was going to say, it's like, wait, 15 plus 9 is how much again? Doing math while dyslexic is always fun.
I'll be muting myself occasionally whenever I hit my vape, just to...
Oh, you're fine. For people coming in, just a quick disclaimer, this is more of a mature type thing. I know I usually don't cuss, but on this I let myself talk freely. It's always it's more comfortable.
I don't really have a filter, so I'll go ahead and apologize for that. I'll try and contain myself for this.
No, you're fine. I want my guests to feel comfortable, so if I have to say fuck a few times, it's fine.
Oh, well, I mean, I've been military for 6 years. I have to watch what I say in front of certain people anyway, so...
Okay, then maybe our roles will be reversed. Okay, how about you tell everyone about yourself and such?
So I'm Preliator, as you said. I've been streaming since like the end of 2017, I want to say. I started after my first deployment, came back, I saw how much success Ninja was having. I was like, oh, that seems like a fun, easy way to make money. And boy, was I wrong, but I've grown to love it. I continue to do it. I've got a wife and 2 kids. As I stated, I'm Air Force, but I'm getting ready to get out, so ready to start the transition to civilian life. Looking forward to it.
I understand. So, like I told you before we got started, I have like 15, 20 questions. And I have them written down, and it's going to be kind of fun. So, to start, you kind of answered the first one, like what got you into streaming and why. You kind of already answered that.
Yeah, like I said, man, I saw how Ninja was going, and at the time, Fortnite was still new, so I was playing a lot of Fortnite. That's actually what got me started, and I want to say I started streaming on YouTube first, and then I switched over to Twitch, but under a different name. I was actually going by Corbital at that time.
I remember you told me about that about a year ago.
Yeah, it was another name for one of my World of Warcraft characters back in the day, and I stuck with that for maybe like 2 months, and then I was like, I'm gonna switch to Preliator. But Preliator was taken on Twitch, so I ended up going with Preliator Gaming, and over the years it just finally got shortened down to Preliator, and I'm happy that it did.
Yeah, I'm trying to take the TTV off my name because people are like, oh, you're just doing that for cloud, aren't you? It's like, no, Drag Lagoon is taken.
I'll see if I can find a website. There's a website out there that actually shows you when the last time a name was active on Twitch, and mine had actually been inactive for 6 years before they released it.
I got 2 more years because I own that name, the other name, and I lost the access information to get onto it.
Okay. I mean, yeah, copyright is always a great way to go about getting names that you want.
Okay. So, why do you play the games you play? Like, why do you choose gaming in general?
So I've always been a gamer. I grew up with games. Going back to when I was a kid, I would sit in my parents' bedroom and play Yoshi's Island and Super Mario Bros. On the Super Nintendo. Great games, and just kind of kept going with it. It's a way to unwind and relax, and the games that I choose, I just enjoy. Trying to get more into the competitive scene, but I have a terrible mindset right now for that, so I've been sticking with Scum recently, which you seem to be enjoying the streams that you've seen.
Yeah, I plan on getting that game.
It's so much fun. That's the wife. But yeah, I choose the games that I choose because they're fun to play, and I've got friends that enjoy them, and it's a way to relax and unwind at the end of the day. And there's nothing like sitting around with some friends, drinking beer, playing some video games.
Well, I'll leave the drinking to you because it doesn't work out with me.
Yeah, I know quite a few people that can't drink.
Well, when I used to, I can handle beer. I could drink beer and not get drunk, but I got kicked out and banned from a strip club because of how hard alcohol.
Jesus.
Yeah, apparently the entertainers don't like being called used products. So
Yeah, I would say not.
yeah. Yeah. After that, and with my disorder, I decided drinking is no more for me. So, what's your favorite memory on the platform?
Probably. So I was working night shift with the Air Force, and I was only streaming on weekends. And it was around October of, I want to say 2019. I actually got rated. It was my biggest rate, 47 viewers, and their community was just so amazing. They ended up gifting subs. They gifted like 20 subs.
Dang.
And then they kept me around 25 viewers for about a month and a half. It was pretty great. I enjoyed every second of it. I used to have in the Day to Remember flag that I hung behind my stream, kind of like how you have your Illidan. And every time that somebody would sub, I'd stop whatever I was doing. Didn't matter what game I was playing, what I was doing in the game. I would stop, get up, and write their name on the flag. And I've actually got it. One of my drawers down here, but yeah, they ended up breaking my stream that night with all their gifted subs because I got up and tried to write their names on it, got sidetracked, ended up kicking the cord from my router and unplugged it, lost internet connection. It was such a great time.
Yeah. I bet it was. There's my pencil. I'm just putting check marks so I don't ask the same question twice.
Okay.
Okay, so that's your favorite memory. What's your least favorite memory on Twitch?
Probably when I first started and I was really big into the follow and host to host and all that.
Oh, no, you didn't.
I'm pretty sure that's just a rite of passage. Everybody who starts Twitch that doesn't know what they're doing, they go that route because they see it and they're like, oh, this is an easy way for me to get where I'm going, and it doesn't work. It's not worth it. It's empty follows. But yeah, around that time, I was also really hell bent on getting to where I wanted. So I was getting very frustrated over not having viewers. Ended up having a falling out with a good friend of mine back then because he was getting more success on Twitch than I was. But it was more than just me being jealous. It was more of, like, the jealousy was there, but it was also him kind of rubbing it in my face that, hey, look, I've got all these viewers. So me and him were both in a really shitty place for that. And yeah, because of my mentality, it actually took me like 7 or 8 months to make affiliate. And I've, of course, dropped all the follow and stuff like that. And I've just kind of been going about it my own way and trying to build up my community. And I'm actually really glad with where my stream is at today.
Yeah, you actually answered the next question. How long did it take you to hit affiliate? So 7-8 months. Yeah, I know what you mean. Like on my first channel, I did follow for follow to like maybe 100 to 150 followers. And then someone was like, hey, you do realize there are empty follows. And I was like, what? And I went back and checked all my analytics. And I was like, oh.
Yeah. I mean, I was guilty of that too. Like, doing the follow. I'd follow people, and then I'd never stop by their stream. I wouldn't watch them. I've found more success in finding people who share common interests with you. Making friends that way, playing the same games that your friends play if they stream too. Just build friendships with other streamers. Don't just drop a follow in hopes of getting a follow back or subbing to get your name out there. It's bullshit. It's not gonna help anything.
Okay. I know this question, it really depends on how things are going for you, but do you think you'd be further than you are or less? Like in followers and viewership, stuff like that.
What do you mean?
Like, do you think you'll be further than you are now? Like, do you think you'll be further along on Twitch, or do you think you're actually at a good spot?
So my overall plan is to actually be able to be a full-time streamer. That would be the dream for me. Sitting around doing what I love to do, just gaming and being able to provide for my family with it. I like where I'm at now, but I would love to take it even further. And I've actually been planning some stuff in the past that I still have in mind that will help take my stream further.
Yeah, I could see that. Always planning for the future.
Yeah, I mean, you can always be happy with where you're at, taking your passion and pushing it along.
Yeah, I can agree with that. Well, this question is probably no brainer, but is this your dream job?
One of them, yes.
Oh,
I've got I've got quite a few. When I was younger, I wanted to start up a game design company, and that one's still kind of there. Over the past couple of years, I've gotten into PC building, and I would love to turn that into. I was actually planning on making it a business after this last deployment, but since I'm getting out and moving, there's no point in starting a business. It's going to be around for less than 6 months.
yeah, that's just throwing money into a fire.
Yeah, but I mean, like I would love to stream and build computers and do pretty much both of those at the same time. So I mean, I can always throw PC building onto the stream and make it educational. People would love to see educational streams.
Yeah, I understand that. I'm the same way. It's like I got like multiple things planned out for like if say this doesn't work, I got something else planned out and all that.
Yeah,
Or just throw it all together, make a hodgepodge.
there's nothing wrong with having multiple backup plans.
Yeah, I can agree with that. How has creation changed your life?
Uh, so it's actually made me more appreciative towards what I do have, because when I first started, like I said, I was in a bad place. So I was streaming every day. Any chance that I got, I would be on the computer streaming, and it didn't work out for me. Didn't get me anywhere. And it actually caused problems in my relationship and my marriage. So over time, I've learned how to balance life and content creation. And it's actually, I feel like it's made me a better person because of that.
Yeah. Dang, our lives are so similar. Because I was married for about 2.5, 3 years before I got divorced, and it wasn't because like streaming or content creation. It was a whole other reason, but I I had to learn how to like balance everything, and I'm just like, dang,
Yeah,
looking in the mirror.
it can be a struggle trying to find the right balance for things.
Yeah. So I'm going to jump down and ask this question before I ask the next one. It's like, where do you see yourself in 3, 6, 12 months, like in that time frame?
So within the next 3 months, I'm actually moving, so I'm probably not going to be streaming. Right now, I don't really have a job lined up or anything like that. So honestly, in the next 6 months, I'm probably still not going to be streaming. I'm going to be trying to get my life back on track, get where I need to be, to where I can provide for the family and pay bills and all that. But I do hope to at least have my YouTube channel up and running within the next year, as well as posting regularly on like TikTok and other social media, which is, as cringy as it sounds, it's actually a great way of building your following. I've seen so many people blow up on TikTok and their streams just change drastically. Yeah, I think that's about it though.
Well, the next one is, where do you see yourself in 5 years? Because I like checking analytics and stuff, and what I saw for you is you're just coming back. Like I compared it to what I remember from last time I checked, because I like seeing how my friends are doing.
Yeah.
Is that you be you would probably be a. I think you'd be partnering about 5.
I really hope so. I was actually hoping to be partnered by now, but I'm coming up on 5 years, and just with me being military and having deployed, I deployed in 2017, 2018, and again this past year. And with that, it causes breaks in my streaming to where people actually started to fall off of my stream. So I could post in Discord right now, and I could probably not get anybody to respond to it because the majority of the people have either completely forgotten about it or they've muted the Discord. And that's another struggle with the learning curve that comes with content creation is you have to be able to balance updates and just casual conversations, because the majority of my Discord was just updates. Hell, it still is just updates, and I do plan to change that. I'm hoping to be partnered in 5 years, but again, that's all going to depend on how things go with my future plans.
Yeah, I believe you could do it, man.
I appreciate it.
So earlier you talked about a game called Scum. What drawed you to it?
So me and Crooked, we've actually been gaming together for a couple of years now, and we both have very similar tastes in games. And he's kind of one of the driving factors for my streaming. Him and a couple of my other coworkers kept asking me over the past couple of months since I've been back from my deployment. They're like, "Hey man, when are you gonna start your stream up again?" And me and Crooked were actually talking about it, and he's like, "If we're going to do this, we need to stick with just a couple of games." And at first, we were going to stick with Rust and some sort of competitive game because we were playing Rust and we both really enjoyed it. Then we started looking at Scum, and I was like, you know what, this might be worth a shot. And it's a better version of Rust, in my opinion. It's just something that it's very in depth, and since it's still early access, there's so much they can do with it. They can go so far with it. They can do so much with it, and I'm actually pretty excited to see where they take it.
Do you think it could be bigger than Rust?
Honestly, yes. Rust's been out for a long time and still has a huge following. But with the way that Scum's going and their development and seeing what they've added and what they're changing and hearing their roadmap for it, they could end up merging the Rust and Escape from Tarkov communities together, because the two games are very similar to Scum in certain aspects.
I'm interested in seeing where it's going. Okay, I'll get back to this question in a minute. What's the biggest mistake content creators make besides like the follow for follow, host for host? Like a mistake not a lot of people talk about.
Assuming that people owe you something.
Ooh.
So, just because you stop by somebody's stream, or you raid them, or you host them, subscribe to them, you're not entitled to anything from that. You can raid people all you want. If they don't like your content, if they don't like your channel, they don't like the games you play, they don't have to stop by. They don't have to raid you back. They don't have to subscribe to you, follow you. Nobody owes you anything. Everything that you do needs to be because I want to say because you want to. Like not being an asshole about that, but don't raid people who have bigger viewing than you just because you feel like, oh well, they're gonna get me back one day. they could have hundreds of people that raid them a day. To them, that's just more viewership for them. They're not gonna owe you anything for your raid. They're not gonna owe you anything for your follow. It's building friendships, networking. And by networking, I don't really mean like go on social media and be like, hey, I'm doing this, or hey, I'm doing this. Build relationships with people. That's another big mistake. Is whenever I first started, I made a Twitter. I got quite a few different follows from it, and had more people in there, and I never had any interaction with these people other than me posting, hey, I'm live. That's a terrible way to go about it. That's not what your social media platforms are supposed to be. It's supposed to be you communicating with your friends, you communicating with your viewership, you giving updates. I mean, yeah, post on there saying that you're live, because some people could see that and go, okay, well, he's live, I'm gonna go click on it. But don't make that your only goal for your social media.
Yeah, I get more interaction from like Facebook and TikTok than I do from Twitter. So
Yeah, a lot of my viewers there for a while were just some of my friends from work, people that I went to school with, stuff like that. Some of them will only stop by whenever I'm playing certain games because they like that game. But again, nobody owes you anything. Just because they're my friends, they're not responsible for stopping by.
yeah, I can agree with that. I can see how people feel like they owe you something. In fact, I used to have that mentality until a friend of mine, like, yeah, online, he goes by Smoking Diffie. He told me like nobody owes you anything. In fact, that's where I got the saying from. Like, streamers are basically like kind of like the whores of the internet. They're like, hey, come watch me be entertained.
Yeah, the only thing that's going to draw people to you is you being you and you putting yourself out there. You can't rely on others to get your following and others to bring people to you. I mean, yeah, you're going to have your friends that are like, hey man, you should check out my buddy. Which, that's great. It's awesome. But it's not going to be the thing that helps you grow. It's not going to be the thing that saves your channel or your stream, your YouTube, whatever it is that you're doing. It's the content that you produce, and it's your mentality toward everything.
Yeah, I can see that. Do you have the same excitement you did when you started streaming?
Mostly yes. I'm probably more excited about it now, just because I do have a little bit of a following going, and I have people that actually stop by and chat with me. Because like for the first year, and depending on certain games that I play, I'll have nobody there. And yeah, it crushes you a little bit whenever you're like, all right, cool, I've got these people watching me, and you switch over to a different game that you're excited to play, and then everybody's like, all right, I'm gonna go watch something else. The excitement comes and goes, and it fluctuates. When I first started in this, so I had a terrible mentality, and my excitement for it was, I'm gonna make money off this. And now it's more of, I'm gonna do this because I enjoy the interaction. I enjoy entertaining people.
Yeah, I can understand that for sure, because I could see the enjoyment of it going away, coming back. It's like that sometimes.
Yeah.
Did you ever feel like giving up on streaming?
Oh yeah, multiple times.
Really?
Yes. And that goes back to the shitty mentality that I had. It was more of, okay, well, I'm not getting any viewers. Uh, I'm just gonna quit. There's no point in me doing this. And it was actually quite a few of my friends who were like, who cares how many viewers you have? You enjoy doing this. This is what you like doing. Just keep doing it, and people will come in. Like, sorry,
You're good.
just a couple of days ago, we ended up switching over and playing Call of Duty. And it was later at night. It was on a weekday, and I was like, I'm just gonna end the stream. There's nobody here. Nobody's watching. And Cricket was actually like, just keep it going. You're playing the game. Might as well keep it going. Keep people entertained. Somebody might see you, stop by, and they could be a new fan. And that's pretty much the mentality you have to have toward it. Doesn't matter how many viewers you have or who's interacting in your chat. Somebody might see you. Somebody might stop by and be like, hey, this guy's pretty funny, or this guy's good at this. Or you could have somebody who's about to end their stream, and that's actually what happened whenever I got that big raid. They were ending their stream, and they're like, hey, let's find somebody who doesn't have a lot of viewers, and let's make their night. And that's actually what saved me around that time from giving up on streaming. I had a couple of people in there that were chatting with me, and they had become regular viewers for the game that I was playing, and that happened, and hell, I still see some of those people to this day, and it's been like a year and a half. But there's always somebody looking for a smaller stream. There's always somebody looking to make somebody's night better.
Yeah, I can see that, and it's one of those things that I agree with you. Even to this day, I feel like I should give up sometimes, but then it's like, no, just keep going because something good can happen, and usually it does.
Yeah, I mean, like it's been. I just started back up this past week, and it's been almost a year since I streamed. And after computer issues, and then moving to a new room, finding out I was deploying, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna try streaming on YouTube again. Had no viewers from it, and then got a DMCA for my intros.
I don't want to even get started on YouTube. I'm still trying to figure out how I got banned. So
that kind of broke my spirits a little bit. And then I deployed, and I was sitting there, and my mentality got down. I started getting depressed and stuff, and I was like, man, I really miss streaming. So I ended up getting a new intro sound made. Came back from my deployment, and I just sat around. I've had plenty of time to stream. My computers have been fine. I've fixed them both, and I just sat around. And a couple of my friends were like, "Dude, when are you gonna start streaming again?" I was like, "I don't know, man. I might not even start again. I don't really see a point in it. It's just kind of a waste of time at this point." They're like, "You enjoy it, don't you?" And I was like, "Yeah, I do. Well, do you miss it?" "Yeah." "Well, then do it." So, just I found not giving up on something you enjoy to be more rewarding than doing it for money.
yeah, everyone talks about this. Be unique. Be unique. Be unique. Well, what makes you unique?
Honestly, I've been asking myself that for pretty much the entire time that I've been on Twitch, and I still haven't quite found a reason for it. Anytime I get asked that question, I don't know how to answer it.
Hey, that's honesty.
And it's difficult to find what makes you unique, and it's difficult to stand out from the thousands and millions of people who are doing this, because everybody has their own ideas.
Ugh. That was weird. Okay, back to this question that I was saving for later, but any tips for smaller streamers, like streamers just starting out?
Just starting out, my my tips would be don't get discouraged. Everybody gets discouraged. You have to keep the same mentality of you want to do this because you enjoy it. You're not gonna make money like right off the bat. You're not gonna blow up. You're not gonna be the next ninja right off the bat. Hell, you might never be the next ninja. I've never seen anybody get close to where Ninja was. You just have to do it because you enjoy it. And if you're in it for the wrong reason, you're not gonna get anywhere with it. And everybody says, don't stream oversaturated games and stuff like that. Stream what you want to stream. You're going to get a following somewhere. I've had people stop by while I was playing Call of Duty and they're like, "You're my favorite Call of Duty streamer." Just because I was a smaller streamer, I interacted with the chat, I tried to make them comfortable and make them feel well. There's a lot of toxic people out there who have a big following because there are other toxic people who join in and side with them, and they'll go around and try and ruin shit. Do what you want to do what makes you happy, play the games you enjoy, and don't give up just because you're not where you want to be or where you expect to be. It's not going to happen overnight.
Yeah.
It's a process. It's going to take time.
Yeah, I understand that. Oh. And before I just start thinking of questions off the top of my head, what's your funniest on ban request?
I actually don't have any. Pretty much all the people that I've banned have been actual trolls that deserve to be banned, and after I ban them, they just kind of fuck off.
That's loud. I gotta turn that down. Thank you, T, for the raid with a party of 3. We're just here having a
welcome everybody.
Yeah, we're just here doing a podcast with Preliator.
Like, I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't even know where to go to see unban requests.
In your chat when you're streaming, I heard. Yeah, in your chat when you're streaming, there is a sword for moderation.
Okay.
And then you just click it's I'm trying to remember. It's basically on a side underneath the clock. Is what I'm told. And that's where I found mine.
I'm looking at it right now. Yeah.
We're doing it live.
I don't have any requests.
Ah. They must be like, we deserve that. On to the next guy.
Yeah. I don't ban very many people. Like I said, the people that I do ban, they actually deserve it. They're just a troll and be an asshole. So.
Yeah. By the way, Preliator is very quiet. I turned him up.
I mean, I can. Is this better?
Yeah, I'm putting you at 200%. You're just probably just naturally a very quiet person.
I don't know. It could be the mixer I have. It could be a number of things.
Yeah. Okay, now just basically going off the top of my head. I gotta return the favor.
Oh, you already did, man.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Returning the favor.
I forgot. Oh no, that's one. Do you remember who your first subscriber was?
No, I don't.
Mine was actually my brother who's sitting over there. And my dad did. Yeah, no, like, ooh, classic family thing, but no, they had Amazon Prime. They're like, we'll use this.
I'm trying to think. I'm sure it was one of my friends that I was gaming with at the time.
Yeah.
Hell, I honestly can't remember.
I just remember that because it's just like, it wasn't too long ago.
I mean, mine happened, like I said, damn near 5 years ago.
Why do you think it's so hard to go from affiliate to partner? I'm not talking about like number wise. I'm talking about like, what do you personally think is so hard about it?
Honestly, I've seen people, like, going to the number side of it, I've seen so many people who actually have like 200 to 400 viewers apply for a partnership, and they actually get denied because of how they are on stream. It's an investment for Twitch, and if they're going to invest in you, they want to make sure that you're worth it.
Oh, this one?
I think that's pretty much all there is to it. It's an investment for Twitch, and they have to make sure that what they're putting their time and money into is actually going to be worth their time and money.
Do you think people who are more family friendly, like myself, have a better chance than someone who's not so family friendly? Like, I've seen a lot of very raunchy people on Twitch and such, and they're like, "Oh, I'm applying for partner," and then I never hear from them again.
I've seen that too. Honestly, I think it's more about what's going to get more views, because Twitch will run ads on the channel, and they get a portion of the ad value from that. And like I've seen so many people begging for certain streamers that I'm not gonna mention to be banned because of their actions on stream, and Twitch refuses to because they're making them money. So it all depends on who the person is and what they're doing on stream.
Yeah.
Trying to think of, because I don't think there's really any big streamers that cuss as much as I do. A lot of them are more family friendly because they can get more viewers that way.
Yeah.
Parents are going to be more willing to let their kids watch somebody who will say freak instead of fuck. You know, they're going to be more willing to side towards somebody that they can actually see a future from.
Yeah, it's like, what do you think kills a channel the quickest?
Toxicity.
Really? I agree with you,
Yes.
but I'm just like, huh?
Because I've had people pop into my chat and they'll spam another streamer's stream while I'm live, and while they're live, and they'll be like, "Hey, fuck this guy, go watch this guy." And my entire community at that point went over to that guy's stream, and they were like, "Hey, you can't do this." And he's like, "I don't know what you're talking about." And his entire chat was incredibly toxic. and I haven't seen that guy since. I'm not sure if he's still around or what he's doing, but I've seen people try to get up there and then they either do something incredibly toxic or they say something incredibly toxic, and that's more of like the racism side of it, where they say something that they definitely shouldn't have said.
Yeah, that is something I could see happening.
Because, I mean, you can be toxic and make it a joking kind of thing. Because, like, if you're being toxic in a game, that's one thing. If you're being toxic towards other people on the platform or your chat or random viewers that come in, then you're not going to last long.
Yeah, sorry, just trying to figure out why people are messaging me. I'm in the middle of a stream. I can figure it out later.
No, you're good.
No, just Discord messages. What do you think builds a channel the quickest?
I've seen so many people build their channels off of claiming that they're a positive personality, stuff like that. And I've seen them build very high up in there, and then they have a slip up where they just have a shit day or something like that, and they drop back down because it's the fake personality that they're putting on for their viewers. The biggest thing that I've seen drive communities and drive streams is probably like TikTok and stuff like that.
And this is kind of an example, like if you see my chat. One thing, Samuel, is that me do voice review at 450 followers. It's like, that's cool and all, but usually I don't care because, like, okay, they're just talking and such. But it will get on people's nerves if you do stuff like that. I think you could agree with me on that.
Yeah, that's why I started to hesitate there, because I have your stream pulled up and I saw that, and I was like, I was containing myself because I know that you and him game together, and I'm not sure how close you guys are, but it's your chat and not mine, so I'll let you run your channel how you want. But I know on my channel, it would be that would be something that I would address immediately, because that there is a way of self-promoting.
Yeah. And I do like a shout out self-promote Sunday, and it's Monday, so usually this happens where it draws to the other day.
Yeah.
But no, it's like I'm not mad or anything like that. It's just, if it's not the day when I do it, it's like, please don't do it.
Yeah. And see, that goes back to like the chat from that other streamer coming in and being like, hey, fuck this guy, go watch this guy. It's a form of self-promoting, and that streamer didn't even tell his chat to go out and do that. They did that on their own volition, but still, it made my community despise that streamer.
Yeah, put a bad taste in people's mouth.
Yeah, nobody wants to see your name popping up as a link or something like that, being like, hey, go watch this guy, when they're trying to watch their friend or their favorite streamer or something like that.
Later, Samuel. Yeah, it's one of those things where they gotta really be careful about, because I usually have it to where I try to create a positive community,
Yeah.
and on my old channel, I had people do that, going like, "Hey, go watch this Minecraft streamer. Go watch this guy. He's playing this game," and it's like they come in. I was like, "Wait, what?" And I was like, "You asked who is it?" And I was like, "Okay, time out."
Yeah. I mean, with that, like, as a streamer, you see that and you're like, no, they're here to watch me. If they want to watch that guy, they would have already been over there.
Yeah.
Kind of ties into the whole meme thing of, oh, you're stealing my viewers, but that there is actually trying to steal somebody's viewers. Like, yeah, you can have multiple streams pulled up, but if a person's sitting there watching a stream and they're chilling, they're having a good time, they're vibing out and all that good stuff, they're not gonna care what your friend's doing over on their channel. If you pop into a chat and you're like, hey, this guy's doing this over here, they're not gonna care about that. They shouldn't care about that. Let people enjoy what they want to enjoy, you know?
Yeah. How do you feel about teams on Twitch? Like, I know you were part of a team for the longest time, the TSAN team.
I never got pulled into their actual team.
I just remember like underneath by your name teams, and I saw that. It might have just been a bad memory of mine.
So I was part of Team Mad, which was moms and dads.
Oh, that's what it was.
TSAN would have actually been a great team to be a part of, but I've had a lot of bad interactions with some of the moderation there. A little bit of my fault, a little bit of their fault. Not gonna point blame, but Team Mad, the main reason I joined it is because I saw that Dr. Lupo was part of it, and he's a bigger name. I enjoy his content, but at the time that I joined it, I was like, oh, well, if he's part of it, then maybe I'll get noticed from that. And in all honesty, I've never seen anybody from Team Mad stop by my channel. The biggest thing with teams is you should only be a part of a team if you're willing to put the time in and invest in the other people that are part of that team. Like, there's another streamer that I watch. She's a World of Warcraft streamer, and she's part of the Women of Warcraft, and they're actually a pretty close-knit community because they all stream the same game. They all have multiple things in common. So the whole team thing only really works if you have common interests with the people that are on it, and if you can connect with them.
Yeah, and I understand. I think I know who you're talking about, which streamer, but I'm not, like we said, we're not going to drop too many names. But no, I've been part of a few teams on Twitch, like the Phoenix Cartel and such like that. And I was like, oh, this is going to help me out, and it doesn't. I'm just like, okay, so this is a bad part of teams. I want to find an actual good part of teams.
Yeah, that's kind of what I saw with Team Mad as well. It was more of their name is there on your channel, so it's promotion for them. Like whenever I was trying to apply for TSAN, they have certain requirements before you can be part of their team, because they're actually going to invest in the streamer. They want to make sure that where they're putting their investment is worth it. And if you can find a team like that, then you know that, I can't say that you know, because there's still going to be some that are like, oh, well, you have to do this, trying to get their own gain from it. But teams like that have those requirements are going to be more willing to actually help out their streamers and be more supportive of each other.
Yeah, because I feel like that's a very important part is support because I mean, I follow like maybe 160 channels on Twitch, but I watch primarily like 5, and
Yeah.
I know you're on that list because like, why else would I ask you to come onto this podcast?
And I appreciate it. I've actually I'm looking over at my Twitch right now, and the list is so long that I have to scroll because I still have people on there from the follow stuff that I just didn't get around to unfollowing. And every now and then I'll bounce around and see who's live and click on their channel, and if I either don't recognize them or I don't enjoy the game that they're playing or their content or their personality, I will unfollow just because it's cluttering up my space. I'm trying to move more towards I'm going to follow people that I'm actually going to watch and be able to build that interaction and that communication and network with. Which I mean, I still follow some of the big streamers, like I said, Lupo. I just enjoy his streams. I enjoy his content. And there's a couple other big names that I follow and probably will continue to follow just because I enjoy what they do. I enjoy watching them. But for like the smaller streamers, I've got people on there that I met many years ago that I haven't watched since I first went to their channel. And a couple of them, yeah, I've unfollowed them just because their content's not something that I enjoy anymore.
Your content changes.
Yeah, just like mine has, because I went from Fortnite to playing random games to nothing but horror games, and then I switched over to nothing but Call of Duty and then nothing but CS:GO, and
I remember CS:GO.
oh, that was such a terrible time.
Yeah, one of those things where it's like, okay, like watching you go from like being positive to being like, trying to not say the words you want to say.
Yeah, I've uninstalled Call of Duty multiple times. I've uninstalled CS multiple times. Those are the games that bring out the toxic side in me.
Yeah. What's more important to you, the content or the personality for a streamer?
It's a mixture. Because like you can have a great personality, but if your content is lacking, then I mean, yeah, I'll stop by every now and then, but I'm not gonna stick around for it. And then if your content's great, but you're a terrible person, I'm not gonna be there. So I say the personality is more important, but they go hand in hand together.
Yeah. I can agree with that. So this is, as I think of more questions, this is where the rules get reversed. You get to ask me questions, and I try to answer them.
Oh, jeez.
This one I usually keep a secret because if people have time, then our questions will probably merge.
Yeah. Which, I mean, there have been a couple of times while you were asking me questions where I wanted to go, well, what about you? I hate being put on the spot.
Well, anytime you want to interrupt, you could have. So it's like, let me find it. I could tell by the look on your face, like, probably number 9, where do you see yourself in 5 years? And such like that.
Yeah.
Well, as you think I can answer that one, it's like, in 5 years, I hope to be partner. I hope to be on my own team that I'm actually working on now, GG, Grow Gaming, where I want it to be, where it's all about connection, where it's all about collaborating and such.
Okay. So with that, do you feel like there's any chance that that team is going to end up being corrupted by the terrible personalities that people have?
I'm worried about that and I have 3 friends in charge. Myself, someone you've seen on my stream, Cyborg, and another person, Deity. And it's like, I know with that we'll keep each other in line and all that. Anytime we see that, it's like, okay, if you're not going to focus on not just your content but um other people's content and such. I know it's a bad way of putting it, but it's the best way I can think of. Then maybe
Okay.
this is not the right fit for you.
Because I have seen a lot of teams that, like, I was part of the downfall of one Discord team or one Discord group
Ooh,
because I exposed their toxic leadership. Uh,
I think I
it
remember you.
caused it caused all of their admin team to get fired.
I think I remember you talking about that actually.
So it ended up just being the owner that was back in charge of it, and he's trying to get everything back together. And then one of my friends from the past that I wish I had continued to stick with them and keep updating with them and actually take their advice whenever I would ask for it instead of asking for their advice and then doing my own thing. He's actually a mod on or a admin for their Discord now. He's a really great guy, but I was in that terrible mentality back then.
Yeah. I know how hard it can be because this is actually the 3rd team I'm working on building, and I'm taking experience from the first 2, and be like, okay, here's how we should do it. Here's how it should be done and such. And I'm, I know it's hard to make sure corruption doesn't get involved, but it's kind of like real life. There's corruption everywhere.
Yeah, I mean you're gonna have that no matter where you go, no matter what you do. There's gonna be those people that are only in it for self gain and for their own values. Okay, so I guess my next question for you: what do you think is the biggest factor in where your Twitch is at right now?
A lot of experience for my first channel. There's no doubt in my mind with how fast I was growing on my first channel before I got locked out, because I set up 2-step verification and I lost that phone number. I would be partner right now.
Okay.
And I'm family friendly. I was family then like I am now. But I was like, man, holding back these words I want to say because in real life I cuss like a sailor. And I switched to a horror game, Dead by Daylight, and I was speaking more freely, but I went from having 15, 30 viewers at a time and only being like 270 followers to down to nothing, and I was actually losing followers. And I think it was kind of like life's way of saying, hey, you need a restart. So I basically lost my job at the time too, and couldn't pay for the phone, and I couldn't get the phone number back when I had money. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna make a new channel, and I think I'm better off now than I was then.
I'm trying to think of more questions.
Sometimes a restart is all you need. If you got any questions, T, for either of us, you can ask.
Yeah, I'm an open book. I'll talk about anything.
I think there's one on here I didn't ask. Let me see. Is there any games you refuse to play on stream?
Uh, Probably, well, definitely Fortnite because that was part of my toxic times. I don't play it at all anymore. I've had a couple of friends talk me into playing it since then, and I just don't enjoy it like I used to. Uh, Trying to think, I know there were more.
Welcome back, Samuel.
I think right now it's just mainly Fortnite.
So is there a chance I could get you to join the block side, as I call Minecraft?
Uh, I don't know if I still have Minecraft installed on this computer. I've played it a handful of times, and I just get bored with it.
Yeah. Oh, get off. Get. Stupid ant.
Like I can understand people's attraction to it, why people enjoy it, but I just get bored incredibly fast.
Do you think it kind of stops the flow of the stream if you make breaks often, around 5 minutes, since my native language is in English? Sometimes my mouth hurts from talking this long. I think it kills my flow. Oh, like take breaks and such. 5 minute breaks. Not every 5 minutes. Oh. What's the first game you guys played on Twitch? Okay, let's answer T's and then we'll answer Samuel's. So, like taking breaks, like often, such. Do you think it kills the flow of the stream? I personally think it does. Like, I know people need to take bathroom breaks and stuff, but I don't think he's talking about that.
So, with his case, I can understand that because since his native language isn't English, it's going to be he's going to need those breaks to regather himself and give himself time to rest. And there are people who take short breaks for their own mental stability and stuff like that. I don't take breaks. Like I think my longest stream is like 14 hours.
Jesus.
And the only time that I stopped was to get up and go to the bathroom. Get up and go to the bathroom or grab a drink. I didn't eat for that 14 hours. I didn't take a break for anything. Back when I was actually like smoking cigarettes instead of vaping, I'd take a quick smoke break, but my garage door is right to my right, so I would just walk out there, smoke real quick, and then come back in.
Thank you for contributing to the 12-hour stream, Samuel.
But I mean, some people do need those breaks, and it can disrupt the flow of it, but it also depends on the streamer, how their Be Right Back screen is set up, and the interaction that they have with their community.
Yeah, I agree with that. When I take long streams, it's like I will say, "Hey, I need to go stretch my legs because I'm 6'4". My knees hurt if I haven't been too long."
Yeah, I've actually had knee surgery on my right knee because of the cartilage in it. My left knee is just as bad, so I understand the knee pain. And I also sit with my legs crossed the majority of the time that I'm sitting in my chair. So
Yeah, I was afraid of doing something wrong. No, you're good.
honestly, if you doing that helps you out and you're not seeing any major changes in your stream, and it's better for you to do that than to try and push through, then do it. If that's what you need to do, then do that. Just make sure that your community is aware that, hey, this is why I'm doing this. Don't just be like, all right, I'm gonna put you guys on intermission for 5 minutes. Just try and communicate and keep people in the loop of it.
Yeah, I agree with that. What was the first game you guys played on stream? Old channel Call of Duty, this channel Minecraft.
For me, it was Fortnite. I broke controllers and headphones and multiple different things playing Fortnite.
I miss when Fortnite was good. I played it trying to get popularity, and I saw no growth, and I hated the game.
I actually had a ton of growth from Fortnite. Surprisingly, like the majority of my viewers came from my Fortnite times, but I just can't stand the game. I can't go back to it.
Yeah. It was all right season 7, but below for me. Yeah, I suck at building. I was that one guy that, I refused to build, and I would play it like it was Call of Duty.
Yeah, once everybody got really good at building, I stopped playing it because I couldn't keep up.
The only thing I like is the 34 community. I still play every once in a while, but it's pretty much dead to me. Yeah. Here's one. You had a question. What's your question?
Do what?
You look like you're about to open your mouth to ask a question before I said something, so I was like, oh.
I was holding in a burp.
Oh.
I was going to say that it's probably just my dirty mind, but when T says 30
Yeah.
is the only thing I can think. Yeah.
How long have you guys been streaming? Ooh. I'll let you take the floor first. You said 5 years?
Yeah. So December will be 5 years, I believe.
You're good, T.
See, that's all I could think, man. That's all I could think.
I was on YouTube before I got banned for about 2 years, and I've been streaming for 3. And I actually found out recently I was banned from YouTube, so...
Oh, jeez. Did you find out why?
Spam, scams, and deceptive community.
Okay.
And I uploaded, if I wasn't banned, I would be recording this podcast and I would upload it on YouTube. But... and such. Oh, since the question was asked, I can accept your comment for that, but yeah. I've been on Twitch for 3 years, streamed for a year and a half, and just stopped for some reason. I am starting again today, this year and before. Yeah. How does mental health play for you, streaming wise?
So I'm actually on antidepressants now, and it's helped me out a lot because it's kept me calmer. Because I'm sure you saw it back when I was playing CS:GO and stuff. I was incredibly toxic. I was pissed off 24/7, throwing stuff. It's actually helped me out a lot. I can understand people needing to take breaks for their mental health and stuff like that. Those breaks are actually good.
1 minute. There we go.
Your mental health is extremely important, just because if you're not mentally fit, you're not going to be able to perform the way that you need to, because this is a performance. Streaming is a performance. It's going to take a toll on you, and if you're not in the right mindset, you're not going to be able to put out the content that you want to put out. I know for a while there, I got flustered and I decided, screw it, I'm not going to do Twitch anymore, and I just started recording. And then I never did anything with those videos, so they just sat there. So then there was no content at all. And I was like, well, I'll go back to streaming. And then I just couldn't find the balance because I wasn't mentally right.
Yeah. It's actually a different story in a sense for me. Back when I was doing YouTube, I learned I was schizophrenic.
Okay.
And well, not was, I'm still, but I'm actually a paranoid schizophrenic. So that's the fun part. I was diagnosed when it was still different things, not a spectrum. But I started streaming for therapy, and I know it's kind of ironic of someone who deals with paranoia being on the internet, but it actually helps me. So
That makes sense.
Just kind of sensitive to that. I apologize. No, you're good. It's just after a while, it gets to a point where it's like I have to time them out to tell them like, hey, stop it.
Yeah, the schizophrenia actually runs in the family on my wife's side, so she's got a lot of ties to that. So I do understand. I've actually seen quite a few people who use content creation to help them with that, because there are those that will see different things, and their content creation is their way of proving to themselves that, hey, this isn't real, it's in my head. This thing isn't actually here.
Yeah. In fact, I carry around, when I hear voices, I carry around this, so that always like I can see like, hey, it's talking to me, and it makes it actually a little bit easier. I call this William.
There's always a way of coping. It all depends on you to find the best coping mechanism for you. I've seen, like, there's a guy on TikTok, I don't remember his name, but he'll actually record himself when he's having his episodes,
I know who you're talking about.
so that way he can go back and watch them and be like, okay, that wasn't really there, or yeah, this was actually there, and it's helping him out. It's his way of dealing with it. It's his therapy.
Yeah, I can understand that for sure. It's like I was actually, after my divorce and stuff, my disorder was really bad, I was actually almost suicidal, and I needed something to fill my time to keep that thoughts out. So I went to Twitch, and I was part of a few good communities, and a few friends of mine told me, hey, it might be a good idea for you to start streaming just to fill your time.
And that's where the therapy thing comes in. And like I said, with the video games, it's my way of unwinding from the day. It's me streaming is my way of mentally decompressing. That's why I used to stream 7 days a week for 4 to 8 hours, and I enjoyed it. I enjoyed every second of it. I just know that right now I'm not in the mental capacity to be able to do that. And that was also, of course, when I first started, and that was another part of my terrible mentality was, well, if I stream every day, people will view it. But it helped me somewhat with my mental stability, but it also hurt. I feel like it probably hurt more than helped, just because I wasn't seeing the gain that I wanted to see from it.
Yeah, I can understand that. I'm trying to think of some more questions and such, but my brain is running like, duh.
I completely understand.
Uh, but no, it's also hard to find work right now with this disorder because people are like, I don't know if you're going to go all Hannibal Lecter on us.
Yeah, that's understandable.
Yeah. Oh.
People are afraid of things that they don't understand.
True. Very true.
That's gonna be another thing that I'm gonna have to deal with getting out of the military is there's actually stigma towards veterans in the workplace because PTSD, stuff like that, a lot of employers are gonna think that, oh well, this person's gonna snap one day.
Yeah, Twitch can be therapeutic. Oh. Well, I don't got any more questions if you don't have any.
Not that I know of.
Yeah.
Do you have any more questions for either of us?
Actually, wait a minute. What would you? I'm thinking. Okay, I have to have one. What would you be doing right now if you didn't got into streaming?
Probably be still playing games, but I mean, that's where all my time would go instead of content creation. It would just be me sitting around playing games. I wouldn't have made the friends that I made.
Yeah, I understand that. I was actually supposed to travel to see a friend of mine, but my computer, like I said, is on its last leg, so I have to, when I get my money, I have to get a new one.
Yeah, I was really looking forward to before the whole COVID thing happened. I had actually bought tickets to DreamHack in Dallas, and I was really looking forward to going to that. And I paid to have a section for me to set up my computer and all that, and had like a gig of internet. I was gonna live stream from there and enjoy everything, but they ended up canceling it, and I wish that they hadn't.
Can you be over appreciative as a streamer? Because I always think like 1,000 times for every little thing, like you raid today, just like you raid today, drag. Ooh, over appreciative. As I try to think of an answer, how about you go?
I don't really think that you can, because you being appreciative of people supporting you, that's you being appreciative. You can't really thank somebody too much for showing support and love for your community and for your stream. Some people might be turned off from it, but honestly, I would rather have somebody thank me over and over again than not care at all.
I don't think so. I agree with you because it's like, yeah, at some point it probably can sound annoying saying thank you all the time and all that, but overall, you can't walk up to the person and give them a hug saying thank you. So you have to show that appreciative somehow.
So I mean, I've rated people before and tried to show support to them and their community, and they just completely ignored it. I'm like, all right, well, that's the last time I'm ever doing that.
Oh, when that happens, I get the people I rated with, I'm like, come on, let's go find someone else.
Yeah, I've actually, like, if I find somebody like that after I raid them, I'll end up posting in my Discord. I'm like, all right, well, there's no point in sticking around for that guy because he doesn't care. And then I'll unhost him, and hell, half the time my chat doesn't stick around for a raid anyway.
Yeah, today I had a total of got ready for a total of 10 people, and I only don't take it for granted that people are so nice. That people are so nice. Yeah, but and I rated T, and he was all happy about it, and I had one time I rated someone, and they actually banned some of the people because it was repeating like raid, 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 and such. You know, like
Yeah, go ahead.
when you get raid and people spam raid and all that and such.
Oh, I love it. I encourage it. Blow my chat up. It's I don't see it as spam. I see it as you guys showing love for the streamer that brought you there and for the community that you're raiding.
Yeah, I understand that. Do you think partners could be too cocky at times?
Oh yeah. There are definitely some of those that think they're above everybody else and that they can do no wrong because they are partnered. And I've seen it all over Twitter before. People saying, "Oh well, if you can't afford to sub to me, then why are you even on Twitch? You need to go get a job." No.
You can't even afford $5 for the time for what I'm giving you. Oh, I remember that whole blow up.
Yeah, like with that, be appreciative that they're there. Be appreciative that you are where you are. Don't chew out your community because they can't afford to subscribe to you. Be glad that they're even there in the first place. Because there are so many other people that would be so much more appreciative to have that viewer there, even if they don't sub, even if they don't follow. They would still love to have that viewer there.
Yeah. If you had to completely restart, like like tomorrow, like you lost everything, you had to completely restart, what would you do differently?
I would stay away from the follow. That's for sure 100% what I would do. And I'm trying to think, I'd probably actually start with YouTube videos or run social media different. Because like I said, my social media has been tainted from when I first started, and all I was doing was posting, "Oh, I'm live." So I know the majority of my followers have me muted because they don't care to see that all the time.
Yeah. Well, let's see. Do I have any questions here I didn't ask? Yeah, I think that's all my questions.
All right.
And if chat doesn't have any more for me, I think we'll probably call it here. Do you have anyone in mind that should be rated? Oh, you have one, T? One last. Okay. Well, yes. Let's see if you can find anyone that you think should be rated. Wait a second, got it right. Okay. Take your time, man. It gives me time to think of questions, too. In case I got something in mind.
I've got one person, they're streaming World of Warcraft right now.
Ooh. How about you send me that on Discord, and I'll when I go to my just page, I can do that.
They're part of the Air Force gaming community.
Oh, I know who that is.
Oh yeah?
You showed me him before.
Probably.
Or her. I don't remember if it's a him or her.
It's a he.
Okay, we're just waiting on T now. But seriously, if you guys don't know who, like I said, this is, you should really check him out. Let me grab your. I'll put your link in my Discord so that way people can find you.
All right. I appreciate it.
In fact, I could just do this. There. Open in browser. I can't do that on the phone for some reason. My phone is being stupid. But okay, I'll get this guy pulled up. So let me do this. Yeah, I'll just go to new scene. There we go. I have to wait for the comment. How's important talking in chat is for you?
What do you mean?
Like, if the chat's dead, do you think the stream is dead?
No, not necessarily.
Whoa. You asshole.
It's because I care.
I think you just pushed me to like 26. I mean, not 26, 16.
But the interaction with your chat. So if your chat's dead, your stream's not dead. Because the lyrics are actually pushing you up more to like higher on the viewer list. And it's more of a possibility for you to be seen. So if you view it as your chat being dead, anybody who does stop by, yeah, they're going to see your chat's dead, but if you're just sitting there idle and you're not saying anything, you're just playing, they're not gonna stay.
Yeah. I've been told lurkers are basically the lifeblood of a stream because it's like I usually don't look at the numbers of my viewers, but I have 6 viewers, and of course you're one of them. You're talking to me right now, but so is T, so that means there's 4 viewers not talking.
Yeah. Which, those 4 viewers are still 4 viewers.
Yeah.
They're still going to show up in your analytics later. It's still going to push you higher up on your talk show and podcast category. It's going to help out more than people think it will. And if you're just sitting there not saying anything and you're not talking to anybody, you're just gaming, you're what's causing your stream to be dead, not your chat. Your stream is only going to be as lively as you are. Because with the bigger streamers, they can't read everything that comes in the chat.
Yeah, it's like, I think a YouTuber who calls himself a stream doctor, I think you know who I'm talking about. I think he said it the best way. A big streamer is basically back to the beginning of being a small streamer with no viewers, because it's basically like they can't talk to everybody in chat.
Yeah, their chat's just going crazy, so they can't keep up with it. I think the only person that I've seen keep up with it well enough is Pestly. He's honestly probably one of the people that I've seen grow the most in such a short time. And that's because he does a lot of charity events. He does a lot of things to give back to the community. And anytime he does a charity event, anybody who donates money is put into a raffle. So he's not only benefiting people who need that money, he's putting back to his community for giving that money up.
Yeah, I think we just unintentionally answered T's question though. if viewers are lurking just passive on stream, not in chat, I start not to talk to them directly since I've read they could drive them away. Oh, or should I try to interact with them more? Okay. So we didn't answer this question directly. What do you think of that? Like, should you not talk to them directly, or should you try to interact with them more?
So if somebody's sitting there in your chat just lurking, they're not talking, they're just idle. Don't view them as a chatter. Some people like having streams on for background noise. Some people like just sitting and watching. They don't want to talk. That's fine. I wouldn't just go and be like, oh hey, these people are sitting in my chat not talking. Why aren't you guys talking? How's your night going? If they want to talk with you, they'll talk with you. Just keep going as if, I guess if you don't have any chat going at all, just keep explaining what you're doing in the game. Keep explaining why you're doing it. Explain why you're doing things, how you're doing them, what the purpose is for it. But don't call out your lurkers, because it will drive them away.
Yeah, I've seen once where, like, in my office upstairs, I gave to my brother and brother-in-law, so they have a room. I have a dragon, and we got a lurker to vote on a name. I forgot the name of the dragon, but it was actually kind of cool seeing that interaction. But I agree with you. There are times where it's like I'm starting a stream and it actually starts actively. It's like, oh, how you doing? Like, Preliator, how you doing, T? Like, I would read off my view list. You just want me to suffer.
You can do it, man.
But no, most of the time I keep it. I don't talk to I don't call my lurkers. But if that is it, no more questions that you can think of?
Not that I can think of.
And T said that's his last one, so let's go for a raid. Give me 1 second. But if you guys have enjoyed, please consider following either Preliator or I. And it was awesome. I learned much. That's what this is for. It's for learning.
I enjoy teaching new things to different people.
Yeah.
Thank you, Drag, for having me on the podcast. I enjoyed it.
No problem. I will talk to you a little bit more afterwards, but give me a second.
Alright.
And if you guys, like I said, if you guys have enjoyed, please consider following. It helps out a lot. And I'll see all you beautiful people in the next one. See you then.